Hello! Welcome to another edition of We Stream. It's Boxing Day. If you don't know what that is, a holiday usually celebrated more in like UK and stuff when you gotta put all the Christmas stuff away. We're gonna end all of this Christmassy, Wistmassy stuff with a song that Tom MacDonald dropped on Christmas. I would have reacted to it on Christmas Day, but I was busy, hanging out with my family and making Christmas songs and stuff.
It's Christmas time again, but it just seems a shame. I'm home for Christmas and well, this year that's too much the same.
And that's the plug. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what other Tom MacDonald stuff I should check out that's not on my Tom MacDonald reaction playlist. That should have popped up above my head. Does it let you do playlists on those cards? I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, this is Tom MacDonald's Angels. Let's get into it. Angels we have heard on high, blah, blah, blah. I don't know the words.
It's not the liquor I'm addicted to, it's feeling brave. The feeling of not feeling the pain.
It's not the liquor I'm addicted to, it's feeling brave. The feeling of not feeling the pain. Because the alcoholies, it decreases activity in your prefrontal lobe, okay? That's the same thing that happens if you're ADHD, like severely ADHD. Your prefrontal lobe, not as much going on. What does your prefrontal lobe do, you may ask? Well, that is what's responsible. It's called your inhibition center. It's what causes you to think through decisions. And so when you're drunk and there's not as much activity, you're not really thinking through decisions. You're just kind of going with whatever pops in your head. It's a very freeing, calming experience for a lot of people. That's why even though alcohol is technically a depressant, it lowers activity in your brain. It causes a lot of people to be more hyperactive. It's kind of the same thing with ADHD. ADHD is, treated with things that are accelerants, like caffeine. That would seem counterintuitive because you think of ADHD people as very hyper people. Well, give them caffeine. It'll kickstart the brain to have more activity in the prefrontal lobe, so they'll calm down. Weird, huh? Anyway, that's kind of what Tom's talking about. Hooray for having degrees in psychology.
On and off the bottle, I put oxys up my nostrils. Believe me, you do anything to breathe before you suffocate.
All right, he takes Oxycontin up his nose. You'd do anything to breathe, just to not suffocate. Talk about like drowning out bad thoughts and bad feelings with drugs to feel like you're alive, to feel like you could breathe. They told me my degree in psychology wouldn't ever be useful. Well, look at me now.
I couldn't stop it. Staying clean was not an option. I was trying to be myself, but being me was such a problem. I just wanted to be Thomas, but Thomas was at the bottom of a hole he dug and getting.
He's talking about how he wanted to be free, but how could he be free? He wanted to just be Thomas, but nobody wants Thomas. Thomas was stuck at the bottom of the barrel. This is stuff that I talk about in my songs a bunch, so I like it.
Uncomfortable inside a coffin. He locked it and swallowed the key. Caught up, forgot all his dreams. Robbed at a common, became embalmed in a toxic routine.
I like how he says embalmed in a toxic routine because he's on that coffin death scheme, embalming a body. I like this. This is a pleasant little calm flow, but addressing those mental demons, mental illness. It's a subject matter that I enjoy doing in my music. It's a subject matter I'm picky on who I am okay with doing it, because some people just do it for the click-a-majoos, and some people actually experience it, and it's very easy lyrically to quickly identify who's for real and who's not. Tom is obviously for real, so I enjoy when he does songs on the topic.
Beer was the escape, but I got stuck escaping. Whiskey was the blanket in the coldest basement. Way before the fame, I was wasted.
Whiskey was the blanket in the coldest basement. Oh, you never let me down, do you, whiskey? On the real, though, I'm very blessed to have never had, an alcohol problem. There's never a time where, I need alcohol. I need to drink. I need to, it's never been one of my crutches or vices for dealing with my mental illness, and I'm very thankful for that, because a lot of people in my family cannot say the same, and they've had to deal with that demon. Sometimes I'll just be several months and I haven't touched any alcohol, and it won't even register in my head. It's not something that has that sort of appeal to me. I just like to do it for fun, mostly on streams, because I get paid to do it.
Freezing, doing anything I could to keep the flame lit. To anyone going through the same, heaven's got enough angels, you need to stay here.
Aww. You call me an angel, Tom? Heaven has enough angels. You need to stay here. The people going through the same stuff, relating to each other, building each other up. Thanks, Thomas.
I can't make you stay, but sometimes going ain't a choice. And every choice you make is one that you didn't avoid.
So now I think he's talking about sometimes people who die an overdose and or suicide and or just die randomly because sometimes you don't have the choice but to go.
Crash the whip and ditch the car. Burn a bridge, follow the stars.
Crash the whip. So crash his car. Hold on.
Crash the whip and ditch the car. Burn a bridge, follow the stars.
Burning bridges, like, you know the expression, burning bridges. So this sounds like running away from an old life to chase a new, better life.
You'll find monsters in the dark, but nothing's worth it till it's hard.
You'll find monsters in the dark, but nothing's worth it till it's hard. Ha ha ha. I'm gonna make that sexual. I know it's not, but it is now.
Sometimes it's hard to see things clear. But anywhere is way better than here.
This sounds kind of Christmassy, I'm not gonna lie. I know he dropped it on Christmas, but I don't think it's a Christmas song, but it has, I see why he dropped it on Christmas. There is a Christmassy vibe to the instrumental. There's just something about the melodicness that feels a little bit like a Christmas song, and I'm okay with that. I also am loving the way that this is produced. I like the hint of auto-tune on the voice. I'm a big audio engineer snob. A lot of people are really like, oh, auto-tune is evil because they're stupid and they don't understand music and they've been engineered to hate something because that's what they've been told to do. They don't even take time to register what it actually sounds like. And those are the kind of people you just don't listen to, right? For advice on anything or opinion on anything. You just let them scurry about their miserable lives.
It's not the liquor I'm addicted to, it's feeling tough. When you get bullied half your life, you feel weak, like you just ain't enough.
Yeah, so again, it's very interesting because, you know, Tom and I probably, if we sat down and talked about it, would have a lot of similar experiences to go over. Talking about being bullied. He likes that the liquor makes him feel tough. It's just people find different vices to cope.
Then you have a couple drinks and you catch a buzz and finally have the courage to defend yourself and throw a punch.
Yeah, I never needed the alcohol to throw a punch, that's for sure. I usually avoided confrontation, but when it came to a fight, I was like, whatever, let's go.
And that adrenaline goes straight into your brain and blood. Addicted to the confidence, it's practically the greatest drug.
So, alcohol could definitely make you feel more confident. Same reason I was talking about earlier, prefrontal lobe stuff. You know, your decisions are more impulsive, and that's going to make you feel more confident. You're not overthinking what's the ramification of this decision. You're just like, this is what I want to do. I live drunk pretty much all the time. People notice when I get drunk, like a lot of things that I do, I don't get very impaired in a lot of what I do. I got such bad ADHD, it's like I'm drunk all the time, which is one of the reasons I'm such a weird personality that apparently is good on YouTube because people like weird personalities. But yeah, it's because my brain doesn't work right. Hooray, mental illness!
Chasing dragons every night in all the latest clubs. What you
Chasing dragons? That sounds like a heroin reference. Chase the dragon.
used to be your favorite thing somehow became a dangerous crutch.
What used to be a favorite thing is now a dangerous crutch. Yeah, there is that balance, right? There are things you could do for self-coping that aren't inherently bad as long as it's done like in a moderate respect. It's not controlling your life. It doesn't control you. It serves you. But it's very easy for that to switch, where it no longer serves you, it then controls you, and you're a miserable person and need help. Not because you suck, just because now you have a whole new affliction added to your existing affliction you were trying to treat. Hooray, brains!
Was what it was. And that's the thing, it can happen to like any of us. I had great parents, tight friends, strong morals, nice threads.
Alright, so he's saying he grew up great. It didn't matter. He still have, and that's how mental illness works though, right? It's something that is neurologically wrong with your brain. It could get exacerbated by a bad childhood, sure. But that's not what necessarily creates it or prevents it.
school, good looking, good grades, time spent.
Well, he said he was good looking. Sexy boy.
Being normal only lasted for a while. One bad choice sparked a downward spiral.
He said being normal only lasted for a while, then he made one bad choice, and alcohol-y and drugs-y. I never had the being normal bit, though. I was never normal.
I've spent half my life trying to climb out of that hole. Heaven's got angels, we need you at home.
Hey, don't die, keep fighting. Heaven's got the angels. Now before... stinking mask thing. Anyway, before anyone goes, oh, what do you mean you weren't normal? What's normal anyway? Shut the fuck up. Step 1 to fixing everything that's wrong with the way that mental illness is handled in this world. Step number fucking 1 is to accept that by very definition, most people are normal. They're normal and they have quirks. Everyone has quirks. But it's normal to have quirks. Therefore, most people are fucking normal. Then there's a very small group of people. We're talking about 5% of the population. So you take 100 people, 5 of them are going to be abnormal. It just means they're not normal. They're not going to act similarly to the other 95 people. There is a such thing as normal. Not everyone is weird. Most people are fucking normal. Stop trying to mush people into this whatever. And I get it. Normal people don't like being normal because they want to feel special. Well, guess what? You're not. You're normal. Get over yourself. Find something to do with your normalcy. And then a lot of people who are abnormal want to be normal. Well, guess what? You're not fucking normal. You don't know. You're never going to be. You can't just change the way your brain is. All right? Can we live in reality, please, so we can move forward? In reality, you know, what is it? Probably 93 out of 100 people are straight. And then 7 people in that 100 are gay, bisexual, transgender, whatever. Guess what? Those 7 people are abnormal. It's not that there's anything wrong with the way they are, but it is different, which means by definition it's abnormal, which means most people will consider it weird. And the sooner we can come to terms with that, the sooner we can say, oh, that is weird, but I can accept it anyway. But as soon as you bash people over the head and say, no, it's normal, everyone's normal, well, there's something called cognitive dissonance that exists, which is when you try to convince yourself something that isn't true is true, and it leads to anxiety, depression, suicidal thoughts, turmoil, and other stupid shit that we don't need to be dealing with. So it's very, very simple. Let weird people be weird and normal people be normal and just be okay with that. Instead of trying to convince us that weird is normal and normal is weird, shut the fuck up and let normal people, which is most everyone, be fucking normal, and let weird people be fucking weird and just be okay with each other instead of trying to redefine what you actually are. Are we clear?
And I can't make you stay, but sometimes going ain't a choice. And every choice you make is
Man, that is a very big tonal shift between Tom and myself.
one that you didn't avoid. Crash the whip and ditch the car. Burn a bridge, follow the star.
I like this chorus. I like it. I'm all for this chorus. Tom, you did it. Most of Tom's choruses and I don't hang out, but this one I can hang out with.
So find monsters in the dark, but nothing's worth it till it's hard. Sometimes it's hard to see.
Like, I just like how all the musical soundscape, the pretty melodicness. I'm here for this chorus.
Things clear through your tears, but anywhere is way better than here.
Oh, also, if you're wondering, when I started getting all growly and screamy earlier, you're like, I wonder if he could do, like, rock music. I do rock music. I've got some. Look it up. The song Lies, We Can't Breathe, True Love. Check them out.
It ain't the liquor we're addicted to, it's everything else. The happiness we had, but we forget how it felt.
That's an interesting perspective. It's not the liquor, it's everything else. It's all the stuff that we think the liquor brings to us. There's a bit of truth to that. There's also a chemical truth to the addiction to the actual effects of the alcohol, but he's not totally wrong here.
We've been drinking with the devil because we're going through hell. Pray to God for
Drinking with the devil because we're going through hell. That's a bar and a half right there. That's one of those, like, direct, There's no real need for a bunch of wordplay. It's just a bar in and of itself, and I love it. Just, you're drinking with the devil is in, like, all the evil around you, the song's called Angels, so, you know, the religious symbolism fits. Because you've been going through hell, the devil in hell, come on, that's a good little low-key bar.
For a little bit of help, man, I've been there.
I like that he rhymed that with help, too.
Thinking with the devil, cause we're going through hell. Pray to God for a little bit of help.
Yeah, I like that. Pray to God for a little bit of help. I like the way that rhyme fits.
Man, I've been there, I did those things, I drank those drinks, I took those pills, I puked in sinks.
Alright, just talking about where he's been before his sobriety life.
And the truth ain't pretty, listen up, this is a tough one. You get saved by your angels or become one.
Ooh. Okay, Tom. You get saved by your angels or become one. You're either going to let those people who are positive influence in your life help you, and those things that are positive influence in your life help you, or you're going to fucking die. That's it! He ain't wrong.
Crash the whip and ditch the car. Burn a bridge, follow the stars. You'll find monsters in the dark.
Man, Tom, I like this chorus. I could listen to this chorus. Thank you.
But nothing's worth it till it's hard. Sometimes it's hard to see things clear.
This is gonna go near the top of my list for soft Tom MacDonald songs. For his slow-paced songs, this gotta be near the top for me.
Your tears, but anywhere is way better than here. Fight your fears.
He's getting that boxer mode. I like this little cello here. Good job, Nova, as always. Alrighty, that was Tom. Oh, I just kicked my whiskey. Alrighty, that was Tom MacDonald, Angels, on a You Get More Than You Signed Up For reaction on the day after Christmas. And if you're still here, don't forget to comment below what other Tommy MacDonald songs you want me to see. Talk about whatever, I don't care. Just leave comments. It helps the algorithm. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and of course, until next time, I scheme, you scheme, we all scheme for ice cream. Bye!